Hey mamas, Michaela here. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Today we are going on to talk about all things calories. We have a few women in a group who are trying to lose some weight, and we are trying to, or we are going to bust some myths about calories and a new way of thinking about the food that you ingest and the quality of it and how it will make you feel. Hi, Maya.
Hi. Ooh, how are you?
So, um, we wanted to cover nutrient density over calories, and this is one of the most important tools to look at when you are trying to live a healthier lifestyle. So I've personally never counted calories. I know Maya doesn't. There's a lot of foods that I eat that can be labeled as, too many calories, too many fats, like avocado or coconut oil. But these foods actually sustain you a lot more. They give you a lot more energy, and it's one of those energies that you're not going to crash with.
Right.
Um, so, shifting
And it helps
shifting that.
your, because they're so nutrient dense. When you eat nutrient dense foods, your whole body functions so much better. So, like those healthy fats, they go up to your brain and they help to, because your brain is, I can't remember the percentage, but there's a lot of fat and there's a lot of water. Um,
It's made.
and so it's really important to have good fats. Like you don't want to eat French fries all the time, but choosing your foods wisely. So, I think that there's this myth that in the health and weight loss world, that calorie counting is necessary, and that the less calories that you eat, the healthier or less you're going to weigh, and that's how you lose weight. But in reality, that is so far from the truth, because when you aren't eating enough calories, your body actually goes into starvation mode, and thus makes your metabolism stop. So therefore, you're just not even going to burn it. You're just going to hold on to it. So I know in my situation, I eat very nutrient dense, and I eat every couple hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, just small little meals, and my body functions so much better. Instead of, I know that there's been a few people that I've talked to on coaching calls that are counting calories and eating like way too little, but also going too far in between their meals. So their bodies literally they're like, oh, we're starving, so I'm gonna like shut down my body so that we're not digesting. So
Right,
it's just not good.
it also causes your body a lot of stress because it's not in a in a healthy state. So when you're stressed, you reach for foods that give you a quick boost, which actually causes more stress. And those
Right.
foods help you to sleep. They don't help you to focus. When you eat nutrient dense foods, your receptivity and your alertness to what's going on is completely different.
Right.
So
And
changing
your immune system is better.
your
Um,
moods.
yeah.
A lot of times, people, it's easy to feel depressed. I know for myself, it's easy to feel depressed if I eat junk food
Right. And then
because
if you're yeah.
all of my sorry.
We're so excited we can't even like keep it together. Um, yeah, but so the other part is, so if you're not eating nutrient dense foods, but then you're also like, let's say you skip breakfast. So that means like, so let's say you have dinner, but then you skip breakfast. You just have coffee and like sugar. And so you're like all like wound up. And then you don't eat anything until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Your body is like, you're gonna have like a complete sugar crash, and then you're gonna reach for like something that's not healthy, or just completely overeat, and it's really bad for your digestive system. And so there's so many things. So that's our first tip, is it's about nutrient density and not counting the calories. And then the second thing that we wanted to talk about is that um, that it's also the weight of stress. So if you could eat, you know, the cleanest diet in the world, and but if you are living a really stressful life that's full of overwhelm and being overscheduled and running from here to there and trying to take on everything all by yourself, you're not going to lose the weight. Which, I mean, even living in that stressful of a life, it makes it hard to eat well anyway. So right. That's something to be mindful of. And that stress could be with your scheduling. It could be with your work. It could be with just trying to balance like being a mom and trying like putting all this pressure on yourself to do everything and like get to like, you know, each kid has 3 activities at once, and you know, all those things that, you know, I think we do this comparison in our society of like we got to do like more is more and it's better, but really it's about like quality versus quantity, and just trying to be really mindful of your stress level is really important.
And so one way to release some stress, you know, we're huge believers in meditation, and you know, meditating allows your brain to enter an alpha and beta state where it's a completely different state than when you don't meditate. So your actions, your thoughts, your you know, things that you do throughout your day will be completely different. And you don't have to meditate for, you know, like an hour a day. There's simple practices, and that's one of the tools and things that we work on with clients one-on-one, is to develop, you know, a sustainable ritual practice, meditation practice that will work for your lifestyle. But it's super essential. And so I've noticed people when they meditate, they're a lot more relaxed, and the weight naturally comes off, you know?
Right.
So
right.
That's a huge step in, you know, and then it kind of overspills into different areas of your life because you're just a more fun person to be around. You're not as edgy, and, you know, you can be a lot more present with your kids. You can be grateful for everything that you have. So it's super important.
Right. Having some space for quiet is super powerful.
Yes.
And then the third thing I know that we've touched on is just, and it kind of goes along with stress, but it's relationships. So who are you surrounding yourself? Because you're basically who you're surrounding yourself with. So like if you just hang out with couch potatoes that, you know, sit around and eat, you know, unhealthy food, and you know, do bad things to their bodies, then you know, you're probably going to do that too. So I know for me that was a big part of my, you know, kind of healing process and like finding my purpose and all those things, was I was really focused on having a tribe around me that was like-minded, that got me, so that I, you know, because a lot of times when you decide that you want to improve your life, and it's different than, you know, your friends that you grew up with or your family, that sort of thing, you kind of like, they don't get it, and then you get a lot of negative feedback. So there's that, like, it's really
go back into your old patterns, and and you do the things that you see people doing because that's the norm. Where we can actually become leaders, and it might take time for people to catch on, which is not the point of you doing it. The point of you doing it is to feel better and to be the best version of yourself. But by, you know, sticking to what you're doing and being healthy, people will catch on. And so you're almost, you know, creating this ripple effect where you're almost educating others by your actions, which is super cool.
Right.
So just look around, you know, where do you get your advice from, you know, and look at their life. Is that something you want to model?
Right.
You know, if not, even if you can find somebody that you do admire, maybe in the wellness industry, and just notice what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, I don't like to compare, but just kind of compare and just take traits of the person that you do admire and who you want to strive to be, because, you know, you don't want to live a mediocre life. And a mediocre life is when you don't focus on self-development, right? And you're just kind of just coasting and getting by and going through the motions. and that's not fulfilling. So always having that goal and those dreams um, will keep you going, you know, and get examples from. So
Right.
yeah, we kind of just went on a tangent with that one, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, so it's not about the calories. Focus on nutrient dense food, focus on healthy relationships, and reduce stress.
Right.
Our way is through meditation, through accountability, through coaching. So if you want to book a free call with us and to see, you know, if we're a good fit to work together, we will put the link in below. It's mayaandmichaela.com/apply.
Yes.
So we hope to hear from you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.